is Dolby Atmos? Atmos is a surround sound format introduced by Dolby Labs in 2012. Atmos is designed to produce an immersive listening experience because it expands the placement and directionality of audio signals into 3 dimensions. With traditional surround sound systems, we get speakers placed in front of the listener, as well as speakers behind the listener, and sometimes there are speakers to the side as well. All these speakers are placed at the same height, giving a listening experience in 2 dimensions, left-right and front-back. In addition, 1 or more subwoofers may be incorporated to reproduce low frequencies for music playback or for special effects. Dolby Atmos expands this with speakers placed above the listener for a 3rd height or up-down dimension for the listener. When a project is being mixed down, certain channels are used as bed channels or tracks. For example, dialogue playback might go to a bed channel. But other signals in the mix may be routed to audio objects, which can be placed more or less accurately in width, depth, and height depending on the number of speakers used and how they're placed. The objects are encoded with metadata that describes their placement and potentially their movement as well. That metadata is read by the playback devices so that the playback system can place the audio where it needs to go. Dolby Atmos was rolled out to commercial movie theaters first for the premiere of the movie Brave. The earliest system was installed at the El Capitan Theater in Los Angeles, and more systems have been installed in theaters. There are currently something like 6,000 cinema systems in use. In total, Dolby Atmos provides for 128 tracks consisting of 9 bed channels and a subwoofer or LFE channel, as well as an additional 118 objects, all feeding up to 64 speakers, and this gives immense capability for placing and moving a sound in the surround field. Home theaters are somewhat more limited. A true multi-speaker system at home might have 7 bed channels, a subwoofer or LFE channel, and 4 height channels. More recently, Atmos has been implemented in soundbars, earbuds, headphones, and even in cars, using psychoacoustic techniques to provide the illusion of height for the listener. Another solution for home has been to use upward firing speakers that reflect off a room's ceiling to give the effect of sound coming from above. Mixing for Atmos requires a system specifically designed and laid out with speakers placed around and above the mix engineer, as well as either a large format console with enough outputs and controls to access all those necessary channels, or a DAW with plugins that can access those outputs to provide the necessary bed channels and additional objects. As I mentioned earlier, the first movie released to cinemas with Dolby Atmos was Brave in 2012. In 2016, the first TV show mixed and broadcast for Atmos was Power, and it was followed by upmixes of Game of Thrones, which were released on Blu-ray later that year. The first music release for Atmos was the 25th anniversary reissue of REM's Automatic for the People in 2017. If you want to learn more about audio and music concepts like this, visit the news and research page at sweetwater.com or check out the other videos in our Glossary Terms playlist.